Alright. Okay, restarted the phone which does the internet handling. Hopefully that works. If we keep having problems, then that will just be it for today. But oftentimes that does the trick for some reason. Third time's the charm, and if not, then I'm not gonna be charming either. We're just gonna throw everything out of the window. Alright. Looks like we're back on both sides. I mean, the challenge isn't challenging enough. We gotta have some additional roadblocks. Biters biting my internet cables. Me forgetting to hand feed my internet packages. And all of the other stuff you guys came up with. It is what it is. I did just save over here. I just enjoyed the base a little bit for a few minutes just to see if the connection stays up and for people to find their way back. I did again just test the internet speed. It's 20 megabits a second. I upload at 6 megabits a second, which is the maximum Twitch gives me. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure why the random lapses are happening. But I do know, and you know that as well, that it is effing annoying. So let's watch this nice pair instead. Holy. That's a nice pair of Factorio assemblers. So the right side is responsible for yellow signs. That's why there's productivity in there. That's the bulk of LDS creation. The left side is the only quality production left in the base, and that's because I failed to do quality production of low density structures earlier. So we actually don't have that many. And those are all for the rocket launches. So with every rocket we launch, with every ineffective rocket I launch with 100 concrete instead of 500 bricks, we make more rare low density structures. So it's not all bad. Some of the things are good about wasting rockets. That means our final spaceships will be more better because we've got more of these things laying around. Alright, for the time being the internet connection looks very stable. I'm gonna hope that that keeps going then. So we're gonna continue. We're not gonna give up. We have to beat the game this weekend. And we still have to set up 1000 times science cost on Aquilo. But you know, if Aquilo is set in motion, then there's a fixed end time. So we just gotta hurry up to do that. Forgo everything else like building a mall. Gotta set up Aquilo, and then we just need to get the 3 technologies, and that is going to be the bottleneck for sure once that is set up. So let's go, I suppose. Oh Johnny's, this is going to be fun again. This seemed like such a funny idea at the time. It's getting rather annoying. What was that sound? Looks like chat is not going. Are we still up or what's going on? I don't see it. Everything looks okay. I have too many windows open now, so I don't know which one is connected to what chat and stuff. Alright, no, we are up. Okay. Thanks, Petra, again. That notified me too that probably my chat window is the wrong one. So let's refresh that. I don't want to fly out just yet because I'm gonna hurt myself if I fly out without looking. We need to carefully manage the speed. Pop out chat, go to the second screen. Twitch chat on the right. Alright. Oh, Dodge is there as well. I missed it completely. He's probably gone again. Is it happening? No, it doesn't look like it. I'm being plagued by biters biting the cables, so we're not making much progress. We have everything on board to make concrete, as well as a lot of heat pipes, the nuclear plant, and a lot of fuel cells. So we can set up the important part of the Aquilo base, which is the power and the heat infrastructure. Then we can worry about actually building the base. We got maximum speed beacons for fuel production. So we're gonna slingshot out to Gleba, I suppose. We have to control the speed once we get on the second leg of the journey, where the dangerous asteroids are, but here we should be able to cruise through the first part of the journey. Thanks, Steven Skiro. Yeah, the edited series is actually quite enjoyable to make. There's not a lot of actual streamed gameplay in there. First of all, because you know the quality is horrible. But also, I don't really hope there's a lot of asteroids. I don't really I zoom way too much. I don't pay too much attention to get the nice shots in there. So I would rather just refilm it from the saves. That also allows me to craft a more chronologically consistent story instead of being haphazardly all over the place like I am in the stream oftentimes. Right, we gotta slow down. I'm too late already. Once the first big asteroid hits, we have to be going at a slower speed. Alright, looks like we will not get hit too hard. There comes the first big one. Again, we have slowed down to about 60 kilometers a second, which is alright. Don't think I can add even one speed beacon in there. Oh, it was two medium ones. Disguised as a big one. Here's the real first big one. They just came synchronous. And I hope damage level 7 is going to allow us to fly a little bit faster to Aquilo and back again. And we have to make one more flight to get the rest of the stuff for the base. And then we just set up the Aquilo science ship and we can call it a day, I think. Now we're getting into the territory where there's multiple asteroids spawning at the same time, which is the reason why we cannot go too fast. The lasers will be overloaded. Look at those steam things churning along. I think if we take it at this consistent slow speed, we are not gonna get into trouble. Water tanks are full, steam tanks are full. And here comes like 5 big asteroids at a time. I think we're gonna get some power flickering going on soon. If all of the front laser turrets are shooting, yeah, there we go. We don't have power for the rest of the ship. Lasers take priority, which automatically slows down the ship even more because the fuel plants also will have less power to work with, which means we will be going less fast because we go as fast as we are producing fuel on this ship, which is quite nice. Editing Mike has a while to go. Believe it or not, I think editing Mike has caught up almost halfway through the total time by the end of the next episode. The next episode coming out upcoming Friday, we are gonna do the fireworks thing. It is New Year after all. We are gonna launch the rocket. That is part of the next episode, so we're already going to space. Just the early game was a lot of slogging through to set everything up on Nauvis so that it could not die and stuff. All of the other planets have been a relative walk in the park compared to getting over the initial biter evolution and mechanics bump on Nauvis. Alright, we have crossed the halfway point, so now we're going faster, and the part where we would rather be going slower, we can still slow down a little bit. I've got 2 chemical plants on board over here. I think we have to install those for the second leg of the journey. So now we have rare ones making the fuel. We go 80 kilometers a second. So now we should slow down a bit. That's probably going to be necessary in the asteroid dense part. Right, we are starting to slow down, finally. I hope it's in time. Yeah. Oh, that last one got sniped real hard. Oh, yeah, we slow down to 50 kilometers a second now. I think that's a more appropriate speed for the state of our ship at this point in time, with laser weapon damage 6 only. Each of these the huge asteroids have 12 times the hit points effectively of the big ones. Regarding laser turrets, oh, I'm not really sure how we're gonna pull that off. I might, yeah, we might do a Dead World run. It's gonna be a short run though. Dead World is impossible. I'm gonna say that out loud. This is my prediction. Doing 1000 times science cost on pure Dead World settings without altering anything else like rich resources or whatever is plain out impossible. It's not gonna happen. I might have a crack at it just for fun to see just how long I can survive, but there is no way. There is just no way that is possible on Dead World. Biter Revolution is too fast on Dead World. You cannot secure enough resources, you cannot secure enough terrain. It's not just that the Biter Revolution is too fast, also the Biter spawn more close by and in much bigger nests, so you cannot even clear out an area to get to laser turrets even, I'm pretty sure. Alright, looks like this, we're gonna cruise to Aquilo with this speed. About 60 kilometers a second now. I think we'll just slow down if we get the power flickering, if all the turrets are shooting at the front. Right, we definitely, yeah, see, we slow down to 30 kilometers a second. This ship design is genius, man. It slows down automatically if all the lasers are firing. Who else has a ship like that? Or do we just not have we do have the asteroids. Okay, we still have all the asteroids on board. The ship slows down automatically if all lasers are firing, by virtue of not having enough power to power the fuel plants. It is simply genius. Accidental genius. That was not part of the plan, but it does turn out to be very useful. Now we're going at speed again, then this automatic speed control is just the best. Right, we have arrived at Aquilo again, somehow we did it. Somehow Palpatine returned, let's drop off of the planet. We need a request. I'm just gonna send stuff down manually, I think, but first I'm gonna drop down myself and my armor. Armor goes down, I guess this can go down. I will change this back to 440 for the Nauvis. So we'll send the fuel cells down by hand as well. Except like 500 or so. Oh, the cargo, only have 3 cargo hatches on the Aquilo plant down there. I guess too many. Okay, something like that. I think we should stop dropping stuff. It's gonna fall on the ground pretty soon. Nuclear plants, these things, these things. We're gonna go back to the rare ones. Asteroids still coming in from all sides. There's still okay, I need to set this back to ice asteroid reprocessing, potentially. So we can make sure we keep metallics and carbonics on there for the fuel. Okay, we're dropping back to Aquilo. Again, I saved too late. How did that happen? Alright. Thanks. Why laser turrets? Somebody in chat said it couldn't be done, and then we went down this rabbit hole of using only laser turrets for absolutely everything. Alright, that's the nuclear plant. Let's stuff it up here with the fuel cells. So we have the calcite, and we're gonna want the bricks. 10,000 bricks. I should have made some cargo base. Now we can only receive like 3 shipments at a time. Because this thing only accepts 3 at the same time. I learned that on Gleba with the artillery shell debacle. What else is on the ship? What we need? Heat pipes and iron ore. Alright, chest management. Now everything starts coming at the same time. Iron ore, more heat pipes. We should have a lot of heat pipes now. Alright, I guess we can wait. I think we maybe... We'll put all of that in there. Apparently I got those. Alright. We got uncommon refined concrete together with uncommon holmium plates. And blue chips and these things. That's later to make the fusion reactors, I think. I'm not actually sure why I brought all of this already. Oh, this is to make cryogenic plants. Yeah, this is to make cryogenic plants. I'm sorry about that. That's cryogenic plants. So we got those, and those, and those. We just need to turn the holmium into lithium. And then we can make the cryogenic plants from those things. So this together with this, this, and this should be regular cryogenic plants, uncommon cryogenic plants, and then this is supposed to be this is supposed to be rare plants directly. So we can make those on demand. Alright, we are requesting too much stuff, then this happens. I got more than a chest of heat pipes, that's great. Alright, and that's gonna be concrete, so we're gonna set up concrete first, I guess, so we can start making that. More heat pipes, yeah, we're gonna have plenty. How's the ice platforms doing? I have 4,000 again. I'm pretty sure that's gonna cover everything. Okay, how's the Aquilo Explorer doing? I guess that's everything we need on the planet. This is just for the ship itself. Alright, so this thing is good. It's gonna be able to defend itself again. We don't need to babysit it. Okay, we do get metallic asteroids and whatnot. I'm gonna change this back. Because we don't actually need... We don't need any of that except to make fuel, and fuel just will be... It's already stopped, I guess. And the rest we're just throwing overboard anyway, so the only thing we need to take care of is keeping these water tanks topped off, which does require ice asteroids. I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine there. Alright, let me grab this. And the other armor. Alright. So this is a square basically. So there's no reason to waste my bots again. I can just place it myself. At least the big square part. I forgot to bring the fish. Oh god. Got distracted by the stream stuff. I got 70 platforms left. That's probably not gonna cut it. I think we got most of it though. Alright. So I guess let's set up the concrete first. Aquilo concrete. We got a heat pipe going through the build as such, so maybe we'll just build it over here. We'll need a little bit of this. Aquilo concrete. No, the heat pipes do not need to be doubled or tripled. I just did this for aesthetic design choices. It's... Don't copy me. I'm a... I'm not a good example. Yeah, I got foundries. I only got rare ones. Okay, I'm standing too close by that area apparently. Alright, we still need heat pipes. I got legendary chests here for some reason. I'm just gonna build it by hand, I suppose. I really haven't sorted out my inventory very well here. Okay, those are built. That is inputs. I need the heat pipes to see what's going on. We grab a couple. I only have rare foundries, so we'll use those. I guess power lines are not a thing. Okay, another attack on Nauvis. This guy decided this wall is in the way. Alright, now he calms down. That's alarming. This happened 2 times in this stream alone already. We might be running out of time. Alright, so we got maximum productivity on the iron ore melting as well as on the concrete. We are doing hand feeding. I forgot the ratios. But I remember it was a lot of ice. Which we have been gathering up, so that is not a problem. I'm just gonna put 2 full chests of ice cubes in there. I think it was a little bit more than 2 chests, but that's fine. And then we got... I think I got way too much iron ore compared to the stone bricks. But oh well. It is 1 iron ore becomes 20 molten iron with the productivity bonus. And then we need 5 bricks to match it. Yeah, okay, I brought way too much iron ore. I have 10k bricks. So I need 4k. I need only 4k iron. Sorry, 2k iron. So that should do it. So we have 2.5 more sets like that. Okay, I'm just save it here because I did not have that ready at all. Right, it's gonna take... Oh, we need calcite. We don't need a lot of calcite, but let's pretend we do. There we go, that's the first iron ore melting. This creates way too much compared to what this guy eats up. But this guy should be producing 15 concrete a second. And we cannot take it out fast enough. Alright, so that's concrete. We got concrete. Alright, so we got ice platforms, we got concrete, and we got enough heat pipes. I just want to go... There goes all the modules again. I just want to go take a quick look how the heat pipes are doing. 300 degrees, holy smokes. We've got 80 degree heat pipes in the end, it's still going up. Okay, that's looking promising. That is looking promising. 400 degrees, okay, here it goes down again. Let's look on the other side, that transfers way far, dude. Okay, okay, here we are still frozen. Okay, it's still going up though. But that's a large distance. 80 degrees, 140, 200. It does go down by about 1 degree per tile. Alright, so I think we have almost enough ice platforms somehow. We're gonna throw everything in there but the bots and ice platforms. We're just gonna see how many we're still missing. I hope we have enough already. This is the area. So this is very wasteful with bot energy. I still got 73 platforms left. That means we have enough platforms to build the nuclear plant at least. It means we can start spreading heat. Maybe we cannot produce power yet here. But that's fine. Yeah, now we're out of platforms, so we don't have enough platforms to build all of this. But that's fine, we just need to start adding heat to the network and putting all the heat pipes down. So now we're just gonna grab all the concrete and we're gonna be in a lot of battery pain after this, I'm pretty sure. That's all the concrete we brought over originally. The speed modules were on this side. Alright. Now I could try to hand place concrete myself again. I think this entire place is concreted. Except for the center has a little bit of ice platform here, where there is no concrete. So let me just start saving some bot energy by doing this. Before we give the bots free rein. Okay, that's already gonna hurt a lot less. I'm just gonna stand at the furthest edge again. Let the bots go about this far. That will suffice to do the nuclear plant. Yeah, I also, it's a little bit, I didn't think it would go that fast really. It's already, but I'm not sure we can keep the temperature in there though. Okay, this is the moment where my battery is definitely gonna die. Especially with me having a stupidly large construction field. Let's go over here in this corner. 4 gigajoules, man. Just hand place the concrete. I tried to make it look beautiful. Alright, we ran out of concrete before we ran out of bot power. Inventory is empty again. So I guess we need to wait a little bit for that to catch up. We are so fast now on that concrete, man. I'm not used to running on concrete. Right, so what now then? We can build the... I'm gonna need to steal these. We got 800 degree heat in there. I think we are gonna build the power plant. Move over a live nuclear plant. What could go wrong? I don't see how that can go wrong. We just grab him. And suddenly the ground is frozen in an instant under those hot nuclear plants. Only 15 or 16 fuel cells got burned in there. Alright, now we gotta be quick though. Let's grab the nuclear plant, at least the parts we've got. Yeah, if we want to keep power, we gotta keep this up for a little bit at least. So we'll have to pick that up at some point. There's a lot of heat pipes. Right. Zippity zip. Oh, I didn't give you the start sign, Mr. Bots. Oh, this is gonna eat up. Maybe I should just I think I'm gonna place a bunch of heat pipes myself. That is maybe best left for the bots. I think I should be saving these ones though. I might cold shock the entire system. Except I think we are going to be saved by... We also cannot lose that much heat per second going through these pipes, even though this is now absorbing a lot of heat. Alright, I'm already messing up, so... Let's do these horizontals. There is nothing on there. Top is these underground pipes, to be honest. Yeah, that still seems alright. Alright. Yeah, that should save me a whole bunch of bot placements. And then just... You know, that is how it goes in real life too. The boss does the easy work and the hard work he gives to his employees. We're doing the easy straight line missions and then the bots have to solve the rest. I kind of forgot about the power lines. Alright, I guess that's as much as I'll hand, please. I may have forgotten to take the power poles. Okay, we got those. But we got these as well. Alright, so we got power. More heat pipes, more of those. More of those. I think all of those are part of the plan. And I guess we'll take some fuel cells to start it up. Got 12 reactors, so let's take 12 stacks. How is the heat here now? Still 400 degrees. So is this going down or up now? It is now going down. The heat here is going down because we're absorbing the heat over here now. Okay, we're still 750 degrees where the power is. I think we're good. This is gonna defrost a whole lot faster. Bot build heat plant. I think for the edit I'm just going to not pre-connect this and just have it like a defrost montage. That's going to be cool. Alright, bots, do your thing. And they go do their thing off cam. Can you place stuff down here, please? Alright, we're getting snowed in, snowed over. things up there. Okay, my battery is not empty. We just spent a lot of the bot power. Alright, what else do I need for this part? We can get the ghost busters and see what's missing here. So roboports, huh? I think I didn't take any of those. That's alright. Let's heat up the nuclear plant. We're gonna grab... Yeah, we're gonna let that heat up. And pretty soon that should be starting. So I have how many water tanks here? 24 in total. I don't think I brought any, so we'll have to make those. For the recipe. 24. We're gonna grab a little bit of supplies so we can also handcraft some chests and whatnot. We're gonna need some. Don't think we need copper. We need pipes. Underground pipes a lot. For sure. We got normal chests, so let's bring those. Alright, we'll go like this. Hope. Very scenic. I'm wasting the last of my bot energy on this. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, yep, it's that time. All the bots got in there, but everything is empty. Okay. We'll throw him in the small armor for now. We'll wear this one to charge it back up. I should not have done that. Let's add a temporary fusion reactor there. Thanks Zeeweb Monkey and Crazy Canis for the subscriptions. Best of luck in the sub-1-year. Heck yeah, let's go. The final year barrier is about to fall in the speedrun category. You heard it here first. It's always a big deal when the last possible barrier falls. There's no way somebody's going to do this in less than 0 years, that's for sure. Okay, we're gonna just handcraft those chests over here. Don't even remember what they are. Uh, 12 passive providers. 12 requesters. We're missing normal inserters. Basically just the inserters, alright. So we'll grab those. Stack of those, stack of those. That's all we need. Then let's grab more ice platforms. And leave some of the heat pipes behind. Man, that ice platform production is really coming in clutch, man. Alright, concrete is pretty fast as well. Alright. I'm just gonna try to place as much as I can for my super fast armor, so let's switch off. The running. How many pipes am I missing? 128. Not a problem. Let's craft a couple more for good measure. Somehow I am missing a reservoir. Alright, temperature is going up. Don't have water in here just yet, so I guess that's an issue. We just gotta build the entire thing. Okay, there goes the platforms. At this point, I think we are just gonna try to build the entire thing and then just see what we're missing in the end. And then quickly fabricate that, and then we should be done. Then science should be going. Okay, let's I'm gonna pick up bots. I'm that desperate. Pick up the energy free bots. The OG method. Okay, let's just throw those in there. Keep the power. All right. Is now if we see something that is missing, like here, that's the other part of the power plant, which is already up there. Yeah, 5 and 10, that is what we build over here, so that will eventually get moved. Now we're just trying to place all the heat pipes, the platforms and the concrete. We gotta keep an eye on these numbers down here, if those run out. We'll just try to place the entire platform area. Then we'll place everything we brought along, like the inserters and whatnot. And after that, it should be pretty clear, the couple things that are missing. I will need at least another 47 of those things. I think I should be actively plucking those guys out of the sky if I want to do this without the robocords. Okay, I think there's sort of another way I can do this energy free. Leave me alone. Alright, I have no roboport network here, so now they'll just hang there in midair. And I can just pick them up. I guess that one was kind of in the video. Alright, now I'll put the armor back on. Okay, this is going to be empty now. So we're going to be picking the rest up out of the sky as well. So we're temporarily just going to combine the armors. Putting maximum recharge in there. Okay. So we're just going to let that charge up a little bit again. We need more concrete. We're out of concrete to build the base. Alright, I wanted to take a couple more fuel cells as well, so I can put one stack per chest. Alright. And concrete. I guess we gotta try to build those chemical plants there sooner rather than later, and these as well. So we can start making water here. This area is completely done, except for those missing fuel things. This area is completely done. Okay, we're mostly concreting. I think we can make it on this armor now. That was the bulk of it, all the double ground placement, the individual heat pipe placement. That is all pretty expensive in terms of bot flights. The actual base building will be much less expensive. Second birthday still during the same challenge? That is a lie. That is a lie. I can prove it. My first stream of this challenge was 12 January 2025 and now it's 9 January. I am making it within the year. That's what I'm hoping. I cannot take off my armor. I failed. I have too much stuff. So there goes this battery as well, I suppose. Alright, at least the entire heat network will be preheated. Is power gonna fail already? Still got 670 degrees over here, so that's still alright. Is it made enough concrete for forever? Refined concrete, maybe? Or maybe it's just sitting on a different planet, like Fulgora. We got tons of concrete over here, for sure. I never said it wasn't the right location. Look, tons of concrete. Quality concrete. We got plenty. Regular concrete. Concrete for days. Looks like it's time to snatch the guys out of the air again. I was not planning on having such a noob streaming experience today, but oh well. I did not want to bring roboports. We need way more pipes and stuff. Let's bring all the pipe works as well. Do we have any additional pipe works? No, just underground. Alright, so we're gonna do this a little bit more structured then. We're just gonna bring the platforms, the concrete, and the heat pipes. That has to go in place first. Come on, 4 rare nuclear reactors. Giving 5 megawatts. You should be able to get this done. Okay, last fuel cell is burning. That should make it. It is because I didn't bring fish to power my nuclear reactor. It's my own fault. So this is hooked up the same. Basically, we read one reactor's temperature. We output the fuel cell if the temperature drops below a value, and if we output, then we input, and that way we don't overspend. But I think overspending is just gonna happen all the time here. And maybe we can use some of that molten iron to make pipes more cheaply. It does appear we are missing a lot of things, but it does appear that the entire heat pipe network is in place. So that's good. 650 degrees on the power over here. Right, so that's good. It means we can get rid of the platforms. And the heat pipes. We got so many heat pipes left still. I guess we bring everything we can carry. In terms of machinery, we'll bring the beacons and modules later. I know we have not enough pipes. But we still have pipes in here. We have some underground pipes as well. So let's see how far we get before we make more of anything. Okay, we'll bring a little bit of, so I can handcraft the easier part on location. Right, battery is restoring. So I guess it's time to start building the actual blueprint. Holy moly. Start building actual blueprint. We'll start with the ice cube area. Okay, so I did not bring the right color belts over. Guess that's a temporary issue. We'll just red belt it. I made them blue because the ice cubes are blue, okay? That's why the belts are blue. What can I do? Some of this might start up already. I brought over the tanks as well, apparently. Oh, I need to bring stuff over for the rocket silos later on. Well, that's not bad. I think a lot of the stuff is getting placed. Alright, so we are out of underground pipes. Not out of pipes, but out of underground pipes. We have a lot of the stuff though. I think we're gonna... We're gonna change the armors back. How is this again? Something like this. And then the rest was Roboports. Yeah, we're going to keep it a little bit longer. We're not yet done. Alright. So I guess now we grab the beacons and the modules then. And that's all the machinery we have. We'll go through the chests again after this, but we should get a pretty decent overview of what we're missing right now. I only brought red belts. The red belts are placed. We have yellow belts and we have blue belts which have not been placed. I don't think we've got any on board over here. So that's what we need to go back to Nauvis for the second trip. Let's see how far we get. Let's use the mouse over for the planner. There's going to be all the beacons. Yeah, I have. I'm out of regular chemical plants here, apparently. Right, so the heat pipe network is actually not that far above the threshold of 500 degrees. So let's fix that first. $120 megawatts times 12. It's like 1.44 gigawatts, right? That's a lot. So what we really need is we need water in these tanks. Which means we gotta have these guys. So basically we gotta make normal chemical plants, 24. The pipes are in place. Mostly. And we gotta temporarily connect this to our main base. That's gonna be painful, I suppose. I didn't bring ice platforms. Of course I didn't bring ice platforms. Should have at least some on me at all times. Temp connect to switch power. Hopefully this is gonna switch power. We're gonna be start to produce. Okay, looks like that's actually not connected. I'm missing a couple power lines there. Alright, ammonia production is starting. We don't have blue belts though, so we are not transferring the ice. Oh god, it's gonna come to this. I need blue belts. How many blue belts am I missing? 384. I'm gonna risk it, man. We're gonna send the... I don't have blue belts on board here either. And I failed to set up automation on Nauvis to send blue belts because I am me and this thing used to be in range of the Roboports but no longer. Okay, we cannot do it unless I go red belt. Can I get some ice cube on here if we temporarily downgrade to red belts. Apparently I did bring underground belts for some reason. What the heck? Okay, we're gonna try. We'll upgrade this to... Okay, this should do it. Now we're getting at least some ice cubes in there. Which means these guys are gonna melt some ice. Which means this is gonna get some, and this is gonna switch on, and we've got power. Ooh, okay, we are in time. We are in time before everything went to heck. This is now working. Okay, we just inserted a new fuel cell. That is good. So I think we are good. We are not gonna run out of power anymore, I think. Alright. So actually let's downgrade all of that. Alright. Then we'll Control Z that, but the belts are now built. So at least the upgrades are getting marked again. Alright, the question is then, what are we missing? Missing 3 infinity pipes. Oh god. I think it is time to go max again. We get a larger area, we can more easily see what we're missing. Alright, about 500 blue belts. We need about 500 blue belts, 200 undergrounds and a stack of splitters. We need some green belts as well. We need the ingredients for 4 rocket silos, we need the roboports. Let's first of all, we'll move this over. Right. So I guess I should be getting... I should get that nuclear reactor moved over. Okay, we're out of power on that armor. Alright. Okay, that completes the reactor here. Reactor is done. We got the temperature in here. Everything is glowing. And heat should continue to get transferred out there. Now the heat is more close by here. Heat pipe there is 60 degrees and rising. Alright. I'm gonna go back to Nauvis and try to pick up whatever I think is still missing here before we come back here again. Fairly annoying, but man, this is the way it is. I cannot help it. How much of this stuff do I have before I lock myself? Okay, we still have enough. Alright, we're back to mech armor apparently. Maybe we'll get there. Laser damage 7 done. This is the perfect moment to try out how that is gonna go. No, I don't have construction bots on Nauvis. I don't know why. I'm gonna set it up now though, because you know, for the inner solar system it takes like a minute to fly between planets now with maximum speed and the laser turrets we've got there. But Aquilo is just a little bit further away, so I'm going to want to grab the stuff automatically and bring it over on the ship while I do other stuff around here. So I guess here we go again. Okay, I just saved. What do you do with the extra liquid from making the ice? It's gonna be rocket fuel. Eventually we should be overproducing ice and not the ammonia fluid. We are recycling the ice away into nothing. We just have a large storage tank for the ammonia for whenever we are not making rocket fuel like right now. Okay, again we gotta go for the soft start. I never thought these pumps would actually be useful. But we can use it to slowly, to give the thrusters fuel more slowly in the beginning. Okay, back to Nauvis we go. Okay, we got damage 7 now. Do we see a difference? I would like to say yes, but if really no, I don't think so. Even if the asteroid strikes, the research goes on. Research goes on always, man. I'm proud of my research graph. Thanks again for the 50 Czech crowns. Let's look at the science graph. This is research progress. 5904 it should be. It's 5905 due to a tech switch. A good tech switch which bumped it up a bit. But 5904 is our max pace. We have a flat line since the moment we switched on tech 38 hours ago from the biolabs. And before that we had 2k SPM basically all the time. And this is still 1k SPM. From the very early game, but it's basically always been from the moment we wanted it to be a flat line, it always stayed a flat line. I hope we get the 50 hours on this. I think we do get the 50-hour graph on there. Right, we got a more representative sample of asteroids coming in. We had a couple close calls on the way out. Let's see if this improves a little. So the damage upgrade should not increase power draw. The shooting speed does increase power draw. It uses 800 kilojoules per shot always, no matter how much damage you do per shot, which means shooting speed uses that 800 kilojoules more often, whereas damage just gives extra damage for free. You know, it does feel safer. It does feel safer. Any reason you did a large centrally heated base rather than rail into the center? It's probably the same reason that my ships only have laser turrets. Okay, it's actually still pretty close. Pretty close call still. This is the damage level which we're going to go to the solar system edge with though, so not sure how that's gonna go. Speed increase is gonna happen automatically. Let's not switch to the common quality chemical plants then. Around the halfway point we're gonna go 80 kilometers a second. If too many asteroids come at the same time or the lasers get distracted by sight, asteroids still could go wrong a bit. I think we're out of the densest part of it again though. Again, from 17 per M, whatever M stands for, to 12 per M. It's not minutes, it's not meters. It is per something. I guess it's per distance anyway. But not meter. Per magical unit, yeah. I mean, it sounds a lot better with the sounds in space than with a realistic no sound. Right? Alright, we're gonna get the speed increase. We have a decent asteroid situation. There goes the gravity switch, the instant gravity switch from -10 to +10 kilometers a second at the halfway point. I guess the Lagrange point is very thin between these two planets. You're either falling towards the planet with 10 kilometers a second or falling towards the other planet with 10 kilometers a second. They did have some other unit which was current position is 12 megameters from Gleba, so that is properly declared as megameters, but this is just per M. It's definitely not per meter. 12 per meter when we're traveling 80 kilometers a second. The screen would be full with asteroids, man. Hey, thanks Ascendancy Dota for the raid. We're on the first of many finales. Trying to get to the solar system edge in 1000 times science cost. And we have weird things like laser ships and whatever. It's too much to go through it all. Literally unplayable. Alright, we do seem to hold up alright. The big asteroid frequency is going down quite a bit. There we got a big carbonic one. I don't really understand which asteroids are coming, but fine. I think it's time to go speed. We aren't fully out of the clear yet, but it takes a little bit of time to speed up. So let's go. Put the modules in there. Hopefully we don't encounter too many large ones on the last couple meters out. We got one missing the ship. Okay, we got one coming in at 200 kilometers a second now. Come on, laser damage 7, do your thing. Oh, easy. Okay, single asteroid's not a problem. Single asteroid's not a problem. Oh god, there goes the internet again. We had such a stable relationship for the last hour and a half or so. Alright, the inner solar system is no longer a problem, for sure. Oh, I had a temporary 60 megabit per second upload spike. So now the entire other part of the graph looks flat. I really like the calm serenity of the laser turrets over the gun turrets and the explosions of the rocket turrets though. It's pretty nice to fly through space with these weapons. I know you can do it differently with the storage tanks, and you can jitter pump and all that kind of stuff. This playthrough is all about weird systems. Alright, this time drop to Nauvis. I'm gonna make it perhaps within a year, but not within 2000 saves. Not gonna make it within 2000 saves. Alright, rule number 1. We first must repair the damage, or I will get another couple of bots sniped. Alright, Johnny's on me. Bots repair the damage. The guy repairing the rocket silo always takes a long time. Can help out a bit. Problem is we cannot move if we help out a bit. Alright. Damage repaired, no unintended bot flights anymore. Okay, so maybe I'll just hook it up to these rocket silos. But I have an idea how I want to do it. Let's grab some Roboport. We need some Roboports also for our new area. It is an isolated network now. But he cannot build out far enough to the left. Now we're gonna have to connect it all the way through then. That's fairly annoying. And we can build one over here. Okay, we don't have space anywhere in here for a connecting Roboport. I cannot build here because that's outside of the base space. I mean, I guess by this point I can, but you know, I can't. Alright, we're not gonna do that. If we forget something, we'll connect it to the Johnny silo, and that is just gonna be... that's gonna be all I'm gonna give myself then. Alright, the Johnny silo gets one Roboport. And we'll connect it through here. So now we can at least request something to the ship if we forget anything. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna make a separate network with one construction bot and two Roboport networks, which could then connect these two together on demand and separate them again. But it looks like we're not gonna do that because there is no space. And the person in chat who said I should have made a list first is right. I should have done that. So now it's just guesswork. But the most important thing is I'm going to need to relaunch up some stuff. We can take a look at the general blueprint. Let's make a copy of that. And we'll place that in our inventory. And then we'll place that one on the bar. Now we can remove stuff from that. So we can get an overview of what we actually need. The nuclear plant is in there. Those were in there. Beacons we have enough. I know we don't have enough of those modules, for instance. Right. Big electric poles. I think we're sending those. Okay, infinity pipes don't exist. Yeah, we should have done this on Aquilo, that is for sure. We still can get an idea by doing this. Maybe I should just screenshot this, or just use this. This is all the ghost placements, so everything except modules is in here. Alright, we're just going to collect these things over here. That is just how we're going to do it. Let's start with the belts. We're going to send 500 blue belts, 200 undergrounds. And we also need some green belts and undergrounds, not too many. Which means we're gonna send a stack. Let me just delete my inventory again, because we're just gonna be collecting stuff. Stack of those, stack of those. We're not gonna bring green splitters. The green belts are decorative. These as well will take a bit more than we need. Set 200, so let's take. We're doing ice stuff with these. Let's take more. Red belts we brought over. Let me make a tag so I can just go here, and we'll put the Ghostbusters on the bar. Okay, blue belts are taken care of. Blue splitters, no. We need blue splitters. We'll take some more blue belts. And a little bit more green as well. No, green is fine. No green. No green. So we got the belts. We need yellow belts though. I'm gonna ship in yellow belts. 300 yellow belts. And some undergrounds. Alright, so we got the belts. I got all the belts. Alright, the chests we can make. We need a rare... We'll go from the other side. We'll need a rare assembler. Mark 1. What the heck is that for? Where the heck is the Mark 1 assembler? Alright, to barrel fluids, fine. It does need to be a rare one, I suppose. Well, it's in the blueprint now, so we'll grab it. And a rare recycler. I guess we need it for the speed. And the chest we can make, the pipes we can make. 4 rocket silos, that's the next big thing. Do I have blue splitters? I took blue splitters, then we need rare power poles. Okay, I think we gotta make those. Let's make 2 stacks of those to take. Alright, oh, however many sticks we have. Yes, that's fine as well. Sticks are gonna run out first. Alright. I guess that's 75. How many did we need? I mean, there's no reason to use those anywhere else, really. I am missing 12. Right. In that case, I'm just gonna send the stack and leave the rest here. Okay, I think we got most of it already. 13 rare cryogenic plants. So we make those on location. 20 rare chests though, we gotta bring those in. And 28 roboports and 4 rocket silos. That's all we need. So we need some rare steel chests. How many? I'm gonna make those exactly 20 pieces. What are they for? I already forgot. Okay, they are for science, storing science. Alright, so we don't need more than that. Only provider chests. Only provider chests, alright. So 20 of those. Alright. Then the rare roboports. Yeah, 28, and then stuff for 4 more rocket silos at least. 28 rare roboports. That is going to be expensive. Okay, battery is full, so I can use the normal speed armor again. That's going to make 32. 28 is just 14 of those. Fourteen stacks. 14 stacks. And 14 half stacks. Alright, 2 roboports per side. Alright, and we got concrete on Aquilo now, so we don't need to ship that in. Stone bricks is full, we got some concrete here. Alright, 28 roboports. And then stuff for 4 rocket silos. I'm just gonna take that. Because the steel and iron I brought over was just to handcraft stuff I was missing. So 4k steel. 800 circuits. We need electric engines. 1k. 1600 I think. Yeah, 4 stacks per silo and more pipes. I think I'll take some more underground pipes. Because those are pretty expensive to craft. Alright, and then we need to take more modules. The modules are not essential. Uh, 147. We need 140 Mark III productivities. I think we gotta send those down. We gotta send some stuff down from my handy ship. I'm just gonna send everything, all the good modules. Oh, I don't have space in my inventory already. I think those should not go anywhere when they land. They'll just stay in there. Alright, so what is too much to hand load? 4k steel. Belts. 2k. And start launching those things up already. There goes the steel. Don't forget to bring the fishies. Oh yeah, the fishies. I'm gonna borrow them from my starter lake. I don't have my bots on me. Alright. Belts. Guess the blue chips. Guess we'll send 900. Those are annoying because you cannot control click them. 200 efficiency modules. All right. Electric engines. Alright, the rest will, that's all peanuts, we can manually send that. Let's grab the modules. Alright, so I don't know which modules more I'm missing. So I guess the best thing to do is just to check in this chest which type of module is not in there. Yeah, I think we have enough productivity mark 3s. We have qualities. We don't have any type of speed module. And we don't have... Oh no, we do have speed modules. Yeah, we do have the Mark 1, Mark 2. We have all types of these except the good ones. But those are in here still. So I think that should account for all the module types we're missing. I'm gonna launch the productivity modules up anyway. Alright, there's a reason. My starter lake has so many fishies. Okay, 300 fish. That should be one launch. This is the turnaround, guys. Fish to Aquilo. After this, everything is gonna go well. As soon as we got the fish-powered nuclear reactor up and running, the rest is gonna go buttery smooth. I'm sure of it. I hope I send it to the correct ship. Okay, now we're hijacking. The silos. Oh yeah, I forgot the green belts only go per half stack. I think I'm not supposed to send those. Alright. Do I have everything? Back to Aquilo. Here we go again. Hopefully for the last time. Can the ship go faster? Oh yeah, what's next? What's after this challenge? That's a good question. I have no idea yet. I didn't decide yet. Oh yeah. Ha 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 ha. So fun. So much fun. I'm never building a silo under these Johnnies again. I got the fish. I got the fish. I got the fish, so what could I have forgotten, right? Have I even got the fish? Cannot wait for the YouTube series to catch up in 2 years. Oh! I forgot the bots, the logistics bots for the silos, but it doesn't matter. Let's go. It doesn't matter because the deciding moment is as soon as Aquilo production as soon as Aquilo production goes on the spaceship and arrives at Nauvis, that is when we start researching. So I do need the bots because those are gonna load the signs. Let's do this for the sake of speed. Don't forget to set the silos to automatic again. That would be way too efficient. This stream is just a giant mess, man. Holy man. That could have been an expensive mistake. Logistics bots. I have no idea how many though. Let's just bring... Do we bring rare ones? Yeah, let's bring rare ones. I guess we should bring bot frames and chips. 1,000. 2,000. That will be 2,000 logistics bots. Yes, we gotta wait for those to arrive still. But that's alright. Okay. Six. Why 6? Oh, they go per... Alright, they go per... Okay, ships back to automatic. Looks like that was not necessary. Those are there in the network anyway. We're gonna need the Mark III productivities. I did send those up, but those are present in the cryogenic plants we have yet to make, so they don't show up in the missing items for the construction bots. I think we should have everything. If not, we can use the Johnny silo, which is now connected to send in replacements without having to manually visit. Oh! 1 second, Johnnies. It is kind of funny. We already got nuclear fuel. That's going to be automated later on. Alright, let's go back to Aquilo. The fishies are on board, still alive. Okay, we hardly have made a dent in there. That's good. I guess this is all old. Can try to go a little bit faster in the first part of Aquilo now, maybe. We'll just downgrade. Instead of just removing all the speed modules, let's just use one. I mean, this is a nice speed to fly at. Any way to force me to build a train base? There's no way around it there in Volgora. If you want a big base. Okay, we'll use one speed module and see what the speed drops down to. We can do that for the first half for sure. The second half we're gonna gain 20 kilometers a second from Aquilo's gravity. And the asteroids are gonna be denser, but perhaps we can survive at 100 kilometers a second, which is not too bad. EM plants are not in there in the blueprint apparently. We did use the ghost deconstruction planner trick to basically everything that's not been placed is selected with this thing, and we caught all the elements, so hopefully that will be sufficient. After foundations, yeah, but that is post Aquilo, the foundations. So you don't need trains on Volgora. And in fact, in the new player experience, I stranded myself on Volgora because my initial ship, the very first space flight I did, was a ship with 2 laser turrets on board. And somehow I got past the halfway point before everything blew up. And then I was stranded on Volgora, so I rebuilt the entire base on Volgora. The problem is I did not have elevated railways researched ahead of time. So I had to find a suitable island where I could roboport over the trash from the trash island to a main island. You can find those islands sporadically, but it was enough to get through the game on default settings. But on 1000 times science cost, that is not gonna happen. You actually need the train base. Yikes! I think I am missing the fact that we are gaining 20 kilometers a second. Oh, just in time. Okay, we should be slowing down now. We cannot do this dynamic speed control on the science ship though. The science ship has to go with a fixed set of modules at all times. So we have to have the slowest speed and just go with that. Let's hope that this is the slowest speed. So this is the most dangerous part of the journey then. 80 kilometers a second. If we can survive this, we can have the ship fly in this configuration, where it will have an average speed of, I guess, 70 kilometers a second, because when we are flying away from a planet, we'll be going 20 kilometers a second slower. But this is the most asteroid dense part of the journey, and we're going at the high speed right now. So it's not going to get more dangerous than this. So this is a good benchmark. Can we survive this? If so, we will not touch those modules again in the beacons or the quality of the chemical plants, and we'll leave it at this speed. 70 kilometers a second for a 90,000 kilometer round trip. Yeah, it's still a little bit dodgy. So it's a 90,000 kilometer round trip to Nauvis. I guess we also have to stop by Fulgora actually. Fulgora, I think Fulgora is on the way. Okay, we're gonna get damaged now. No? How did we survive that? Okay, so perhaps we still cannot go at 80 kilometers a second reliably. I mean, we might luck out on this trip, but it does not seem to be sustainable. Let's say it's 80 kilometers a second. That's gonna take 1100 seconds. That is like 20 minutes or so. If we go like 50 kilometers a second, that's gonna be half an hour. So if we multiply that by the science packs, then we're gonna need to take 54,000 science packs on each trip, which is 270 stacks. We have space for 839 stacks. So we can fly once every 1.5 hours and we'll still be fine. Somehow we did not sustain any damage. Good enough for me. Yeah, I'm just gonna manually send down some of the items. These. That's 4. I don't have more than 8 stacks of space. So I should do the high volume stuff. That's 1. Alright, that's 1. The fish and the engines. I think let's... I mean, it's alright, we can drop it on the ground. There's not really much which will go wrong if we drop it on the ground. There's plenty of space. Nothing will despawn. Let's just do everything except for the steel and the bot frames. Alright, we'll delete all those temporary groups. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I had the staggered formation of laser turrets before. The problem is they also start shooting later at asteroids which come from the front, so it's a double-edged sword. They waste less energy on asteroids going past the side, but they wait longer before they start shooting asteroids from the front, so I decided to go the other way around. Alright, so with this inventory, theoretically... Did I still forget? Anyway, the bot frames... Okay, I guess we can send it manually now. Bot frames and steel. Oh yeah, and the processing units. Alright, we'll make the bots a little bit later. I guess we also need those red chips. That is for the rocket silos. Guess we will need to make the pipes manually. Got some left. It's missing one here. Alright. Another 1k steel. So we gotta make the pipes and the concrete ourselves on the planet, but the rest we've got in here. These are the bots. That's the last steel, and then we've got everything. Alright, so if I now go out... Ah, no! Alright, so be it. We'll come back with the modules in that case. But that should give me everything I need to place the rest. That should be the completion of the base finally. 900 degrees we got in here now. 900 degrees, 600 degrees, 600 degrees, alright. The only thing we're missing is the rocket silos and the modules. That is how it should be, so let's hope that it is the case. This took way longer than I thought it would take. But probably not way longer than you thought it would take. I always underestimate these things. How long is it going to take to research everything? Well, we're going to skip the railgun. We're going to skip the railgun and use a different method to get to the solar system edge, or you're going to try at least. So we need 4.5 million signs, which equates to about 13 hours of research of Aquilo techs. But now just basically waiting to switch into Aquilo techs. There's 3 techs to research, 500k for quantum processor, and then 2 million each for the fusion reactor, which is compulsory, mandatory, and 2 million for the unlocking of the solar system edge. So that is what we need. Alright, we're also missing... Okay, we're missing way more stuff. But the rest I should be able to craft. There goes all the bell stuff. We start filling the chests with ice. The backup ice, so that's good. This ice is going to go to rocket fuel, which means we probably should be start producing rocket fuel in the not too distant future. It is powered by now. Okay, we're missing 67 items. That's already looking a lot better. So that is gonna start. No, it's not gonna start rocket fuel. We still need oil. We need to connect oil. All right. So we actually might want to ship in the first load of rocket fuel. Does not appear that we can start loading signs the moment we want to. Right, we're gonna put the fish in there. This is the moment. 1999. Put the fish in the lake for good luck. These are special ammonia resistant fish with a winter coat, but they can swim perfectly fine in here. As you can see, no animals were harmed in the making of this base. Swim, fishy, swim. Don't all swim to the edge. Alright, they immediately start doing the work. Look, they start heating. I don't know how these reactors stay on the ice, but that's alright. Okay, now I'm going to need to put away all the stuff I still have left and then just take some resources so I can craft stuff. I'm gonna take some belts of the colors so I can do something. But I'm mainly interested in the iron and stuff. Okay, the solar panels, accumulators we no longer need. These we will need later to hook up the resources. I guess we can just keep them on us. But all of this should have been placed. I want to keep that on me, kinda. Right, then we need all the modules we can get our hands on. And then we're going to grab some general resources. So we can handcraft our way out of whatever it is we need. So I think that should be alright. All we then need is the rocket silos, which means right, we'll also bring a stack of these. Let's cast some pipes then. Oh, that is going to be frozen as well. We're going to need the pipes for... Need to make pipes to cast pipes. Let's not go overboard. We do need a lot of pipes though. We need to make undergrounds of those. Wait. I know we cast underground pipes from pipes, not from iron direct. Okay, so we do need the pipes. I thought we would only need iron for that, but that's not the case. Alright, final. This is as final as the rest of the stuff I do. Okay, there's the most important thing, the fluorocatone barrel facility. We do need to make barrels still though. Okay, so we are dropping the modules in the beacons. And now we can start handcrafting the stuff we're missing. Still missing regular modules, what the heck? I thought I brought those. Okay, I guess we can make them. Okay, they're still on board. Alright, let's drop them. And these as well. Alright, but for the chests, it's 8 requesters, 6 buffers, 2 storage, and then it's just rocket silos and rare cryogenic plants. 13 pieces. So I guess we're gonna work on those. We gotta look what those 3 infinity pipes are doing. I guess that's the 3 connections for the fluid, so it shouldn't be too crazy. Alright, so I guess all the modules go in here again. Beacons are placed, just these. And these for the cryo plants. It's time to make rocket silos. So this is my inventory. This is rocket silos. Together with some pipes. And 4,000 concrete. That should be 4 rocket silos and some pipes. I'm not gonna gamble. Am I gonna gamble? No, I'm not gonna gamble. I'll just make him. Okay, the infinity pipes are here. That shows me where the fluids should be connected. Now we're filling these, And we just need a 13 cryogenic plants. And I guess perhaps I should have waited, I should have crafted the rocket silo. Let's try for a quality one, just the personal one. Okay, 1. I only want one quality one if I get one. So I'm just gonna interrupt